I'm here to save you from writer's block by telling you that it is not real. Now, it sounds stupid, I know, but just hear me out, okay? Because I myself, for 3 years, I procrastinated. I wanted to write a fantasy novel, which was also going to be my debut novel, which is going to be my debut novel in a few months, I guess. But that's not the point. For 3 years, I kept procrastinating. In some way or the other, I kept telling myself that I was facing some sort of creative block. But it was just not real. I was being a little bitch. I was afraid to start. Well, why would I be afraid to start? Because of the fear of being not good enough, because of the perfectionism kicking in, because I was worried that I would start, but I wouldn't be able to keep it going. Nearly in every aspect of my life, in every hobby, I've gotten to a certain level, slightly above average, and then I just get stuck. I kept delaying the beginning, not knowing that the fear never really goes away. I kept telling myself that maybe if I just plan it down to every little detail, I plan my story down to every little detail, maybe I would be ready to start. Maybe I would not have the fear of not being good enough. I kept watching YouTube videos on how to be better at writing, how to show, not tell, and all that, instead of just writing, instead of just sitting down and spending some time on problem. I hope you don't have to relate to this because 3 years is a long time. I hope no one has to relate to this, but I know people do, and that might be you. So if you do, then this is exactly the video for you. There was one point at which I would wake up at 5 a.m. daily, 1 hour before my usual time to get ready for school, and I would spend it researching the setting of my novel, which is 1700 Spain, by the way. So it does require research, but it does not require 3 years of research and planning. I would discuss plot ideas with friends at the school. I would just do everything except write, except the actual work required to make progress. There was no intent. You gotta have intent because you can't tell me that you would sit down with the intent of actually writing. You would sit down for 2 to 3 hours or hell even just fucking 30 minutes and you wouldn't come up with a single sentence. Like that's just like come on. Come on. Like just write straight up bullshit if you have to. But just write. Write like a 5-year-old would if you have to. But just write because you can't get stuck. Without starting, you're not going to snap out of it. Because you have to force it. Eventually you will have to force it. There is no alternate to just starting. It is that simple. It's not easy. Again, it's not easy, but it is simple. That is it with most things in life. They're simple to understand, but not easy to execute. And that's why people fail. That's why we fail. That's why I failed for so long. That's why you might be failing. You can't just ignore the project you have such passion for. You can't just have it lying around and hope that one day inspiration will come to you. You still have to write. Inspiration won't write for you. You can't get stuck. Now, okay, I'll give you one sort of half exception. Also, wait, if you haven't figured it out yet, what I'm talking about applies to writing mostly like the prose kind of thing, like I am doing. I'm writing a fiction, fantasy novel. It applies to that sort of thing and not poetry because I don't know shit about poetry. Half the times I don't even understand it. I'm not gonna lie. But leave me alone, okay? Don't grab that point and annoy me with it. So yeah, the one sort of half exception is that you're writing, but you find a plot hole or something in your story and it's stressing you out. To that, I would say just write some other part of the story. Like, okay, yeah, it happens, but you can still write. That's no reason to completely stop. So again, it might sound stupid, but the actual solution is to just write. Because the regret of wasted time will consume you. It will eat at you. I faced that for 3 years. 3 years of nothing. 3 years of no measurable output, only regret of wasted time, of wasted potential. So don't fall for that trap. Please don't fall for it. Because it has the capability to destroy every single aspect of your life and you won't even know it. But that's enough about the problem. Here's what I have done to fix this for myself and what you can do too. So on 22nd May 2026, I finally decided that I was done with this shit, that I was done with procrastinating. So I made a new Instagram page by the name of Seasons of Sid, as you can see on the screen right now. And I decided that I was going to write daily and I was going to post daily updates about it, no matter what. And I have been doing that. I have achieved a level of consistency that I never had reached before. I have written roughly 20,000 words in 50 days. Roughly 50 days. Again, I cannot give you the exact number because I don't know when exactly I'm going to upload this YouTube video and when exactly you're going to see it. But I have written 20,000 words in 50 days, which is infinitely more compared to the 0 words I wrote in 3 years. So even though every single day I'm still afraid that I'm going to miss, that I'm going to get stuck, that something's going to happen and I won't be able to reach the finish line, even though that fear is still there, I know in my heart that I have the passion, I have the dedication, and I have the commitment to follow through with what I've decided. And so I will, and so I do. And if you want to be with me on this journey, kindly subscribe and follow me on Instagram. And I wish you all the best with yours. Now, I would like to end this video with a quote which I have come up with. I'm pretty sure no one else has said this before, like because I've searched about it a lot. I'm pretty sure no one has come up with this. And the quote goes, if you don't have anything to look forward to right now, then you won't have anything to look back at later on.